Hey, man. Top story, man. Top story.
What's up?
Here we go.
Which one lead?
Motherfucking R. Kelly. Guilty on all counts.
Gone.
Yeah.
Kelly
Gone.
guilty.
You
Damn.
don't really see if your ass can fly now.
Hey, man, listen.
Ooh.
Who want to start it off? I don't want to be the hog of this shit. Y'all start it off.
Dig, man. I feel some type of way a little bit because why is it just him? I know some of you guys, you may or may not watch that old Surviving R. Kelly, that whole docuseries or whatever, but when his wife was on there and she broke it down and was saying, do you realize he cannot read? There's somebody, handling him. You know what I mean? He can't book a flight. You know what I mean? He needs help daily. So I want to see that machine that was behind him. You know what I mean? He was just a golden goose, producing, everybody was eating off of him. But yet he was allowed to,
There's a lot of complicit motherfuckers in this.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it just him? All these charges and it's just him? Yeah, he should go. Yeah, definitely. I'm not taking nothing away from, the verdict, but I'm just saying there should be a lot more. It shouldn't just be R. Kelly. It should be the whole, machine that was, working him.
Man, look, let me say this. That motherfucker didn't stand a chance. And I'm going to tell you why. It ain't have nothing to do with what he allegedly did. It had it had everything to do, and this is just me, it had everything to do with the fact that Bill Cosby made it home. Just follow me.
Go ahead.
Just follow me. Just follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this whole Me Too situation broke out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is not whatever we feel about either one. Okay. Bill Cosby got sent to jail. They went after Michael Jackson, a dead man. Went after him hard. Made documentaries and shit with motherfuckers who swore for damn near 20 years that man didn't do anything to him. That was the motherfucker who was dating his niece. In the meantime, a million fucking white dudes got all kind of allegations, proof behind it, and not one of them motherfuckers saw any time. Now, Harvey Weinstein, but they said a lot of people that looked at that shit, a lot of people that looked into it, motherfuckers you wouldn't have think would have even said this shit, even those allegations was bullshit. Now, here's my thing. We know he was fucking around with Aaliyah, right? We know that. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
We know he pissed on the girl. He tried to lie and say it was his brother. They found the motherfucker not guilty of shit. Aaliyah's mama never said anything. And it's a bunch of people that got opinions about that shit. My thing is this, I watched that R. Kelly shit. You gentlemen are correct. I'm not saying you aren't. I watched that R. Kelly shit. The fucking parents, if it is what it is, was complicit as fuck, and it was all a setup. The one motherfucker I remember, I think it was the one of the last two girls that was there with him. Her mammy and daddy. They said, yeah, we was trying to find her. They asked me. They said, why would you serve your daughter up? Oh, well, you just don't think that it's gonna happen to your girl. And everybody was like, Then he goes on to say, yeah, we tried to get in contact with her, and she told us to stop calling her, that it was going to ruin our plans. None of the motherfuckers was underage at the time. They was younger, but they weren't underage. I'm saying this. As we know, motherfuckers could think I'm bullshitting if they want to. It's a huge fucking conspiracy when it's always the brothers going to jail. He never stood a fucking chance. Everybody that he did a song with turned on him overnight. His ex-wife came out there in the media and was saying all kind of shit. Then in other interviews around the same time and was like, he's a genius. I still love him. The man never stood a motherfucking chance. They was going to get him anyway. They always going after some brother. And the fact that the cars got out, they was like, yeah, we ain't finna let another motherfucker slip through our fingers. It don't matter what you believe. I'm saying they wasn't going to let two of them slip through. He was fucking done. They said the man had fucking a sex torture chamber up in the studio. They went up in the studio, wasn't shit up in there but music equipment. Initially, when they went up there with the two girls, they was like, "Oh, we love Kelly, ain't nothing going on." Was up there with the broad on the 2020 or whatever that was when he said, "I'm fighting for my life" and shit. Next thing you know, they turned on him, and they got all kind of recordings of them saying fucked up shit. They got recordings of the mother and them, and the daddy. That shit was a hustle, and that motherfucker must have. Look, man. I'm not saying he was an angel, and I'm not saying that he didn't deserve that retribution wasn't coming to him. What I'm saying is they not trying that man for what he did. They retrying that motherfucker for what he did in the past. They're using the fact that everybody's still pissed with him. They still mad about, because look, I was one of them people. I stopped buying R. Kelly albums until I heard women saying, well, shit, I mean, he got off. I'm going to buy the album. I'm like, you realize he was with a 15-year-old girl. You realize he pissed on a 14-year-old girl. So I was kind of like, well, fuck it then. Why am I be mad if y'all ain't mad? Now, all of a sudden, you just saw an overnight Dream Hampton. That's why Dave Chappelle said what he said in his stand-up. He said, I ain't saying nothing about him because I don't know. Y'all, they trying to get other celebrities. There is a big-ass propaganda push and that happens when they go after these brothers. And they try to get every Tom, Dick, and Harry on board. Look, they did it to Cuba. Cuba's still fighting his shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm saying.
You have to move a certain way. You know what I mean? And these allegations, are decades now. This shit started in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, he has a track record.
Yeah. I mean, he's old enough. I mean, this shit is old enough for him to be fucking them grandkids now.
Like, right. That's all. Like I say, he just had a certain shit that was fly or somewhat socially acceptable back in the day.
Absolutely.
Like you said, he got caught up in that Me Too movement.
Right.
Because back then, as long as you I hate to say it, but as long as you ain't beating them and, burning them with crack pipes and shit like that, RJ style, the parents like, shit, one less mouth I got to feed. It's somewhat the mentality of some of these parents. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a possibility that they could get on, which is morbid, but they did serve up their children.
And they serve up their children because they all understand that the entertainment industry, all they want to do is fuck your kids. You see it in movies, you see it in music, like you said, Roman Polanski, fucking Woody Allen.
What's our dude from American Beauty?
Yeah. I mean, like everybody in entertainment ends up getting fucked, literally, and then financially. This is the game that everybody's fucking playing, and the parents knew because it was part of their fucking plan. They served their fucking children up, but. It's just the fucking pay to play. You got to give up some of that butthole.
Yeah.
It's not right, but that's the fucking game. And
hey, son, we need
every
this bag,
once in a while, they just put one motherfucker out in the open, say, "Oh yeah, we're working on this." They threw away R. Kelly. They threw away Bill Cosby. They went after Weinstein. But like Polanski's out, fucking Woody Allen's chilling. And all this shit is still going on. Like, we have adult children actors that talk about they were fucked by people that are still working in the music, the movie industry right now.
Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Got a whole motherfucking book on it.
Yeah.
Listen, you ever, listen, the motherfucker who made the movie Powder, he's a pedophile.
Oh yeah, he was in prison.
The motherfucker who,
when he wrote that.
The motherfucker who made, Jeepers Creepers. The last one, I think. It just came out. He fucking had some pedo shit on him. This thing that you see in Hollywood, man. Look, I don't know if I said this on the last show. There's a young lady, she made a movie called Deliver Us from Evil. It's about the pedophilia in the Catholic Church. She also made one called Open Secret, which was about Hollywood. But apparently, they got in her ass with cease and desist that she had to chop that shit up so much. So she only mentioned certain names, certain motherfucking X-Men directors, and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit up here because it is no use. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, they shouldn't have did this to Kels. I think this shit is far reaching. I think they can, if they're going to do that. Because see, here's the problem I have. There's a motherfucker they call KRS2 by the name of Tarana Burke.
Okay.
Yeah. She makes a habit of, she only goes after brothers. And they said, well, what about the white guys? She said, well, that's not my community. Meanwhile, white women go after brothers and whoever the fuck else they feel like it. So my thing is, what kind of justice is really happening when you focusing on just one group of men? And you focusing on dudes who, like, you absolutely know, like, this was easy pickings, man. This was low hanging fruit
all day long.
Right.
I mean, you just think about this situation and what's eating up all the news now, that missing white girl. Now they're looking for her boyfriend,
Gabby Petito.
That I didn't even want to drop the name.
Right.
That situation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The contrast as far as, you know, the flip side of it. You know, like I said, this is a hot topic right now. That's all.
I mean,
That's all.
no, absolutely. We got to hit those topics. I'll never champion this motherfucker. I mean, all I can say for Kelly is this motherfucker better be singing like a motherfucker. He better have C Block stepping in the name of love up in that motherfucker. You know.
No, I thought you meant, I thought you was talking about he better be singing on the people that helped him if he want to get some of that time shade.
Oh, no.
This would be the perfect time for him to pull a 6ix9ine.
No, you right about that. Well, it's a different day and age. He might as well. 6ix9ine, they said the dude Whack 100 just dumped $46 million into him.
I mean, what kind of deal should they offer him? Realistically,
because you know he knows somebody.
Yeah, I mean, but still, he's the one that did all the fucking. So
he did all the fucking or whatever. I mean, but this is a different era as far as with the Me Too movement and everything. They want details, as they say. They want the receipts.
But you know what else, Mr.
You know
Coppola?
what I mean? So who did what when?
You know what else, Mr. Coppola? He ain't even got to do that shit. He can give up a few fucking rappers. He been in the business long enough to know where the bodies are.
That's what I'm saying. This is the time to pull some old, you know, like the old school mafia heads now. Not all of them flip.
Right. Before,
you know what I mean? They get jammed up and was like, you know, death before dishonor. Shit. You know what I mean?
These motherfuckers.
I'm trying to see my grandkids.
These motherfuckers swore to never snitch. Now they got podcasts.
Yeah, and witness protection program. Yeah,
these niggas got podcasts. I really can't talk about that. But Jimmy the Fingers,
right.
Yeah,
I can't talk about that.
He's buried under the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, it's a body.
This is,
it's come on, man.
Mr. Kels, this is the time.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? To start cutting some deals, start getting in your lawyer's ear and be like, look, tell them I got something. Because I'm sure he's sitting on some shit.
Yeah, Kels about to be like,
again, it wasn't just him. Who didn't work with Kels?
Right. He gonna be, look, Your Honor,
that's what I'm talking about, Tank. Come on, man. He got a book.
Mm-hmm.
He got a book and then some of information that he could feed.
Yep. And then they had to get him. Because if that motherfucker got out, all he had to do was drop a few EPs and he was going to be right back where he was. Let's call it. That motherfucker had that voice.
R. Kelly featuring 6ix9ine.
There you go. Mega hit. Mega hit.
Through the roof.
I'm telling on you. First single.
Roof.
First single off the album Transparency. I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's it.
Hey, man.
That's it.
You know, it makes you wonder for me. You know, like I said, hey, I'm not championing the dude, but it just makes you wonder who's next, man. Because we ain't heard nor hide nor hair of any of them. Harvey Levin, his old lady, I forget what her name is, but she was on The Real or The Talk or one of these shows. And she was just talking cash shit about Camille Cosby. Why was she staying by her man? When they started talking about Harvey Levin's ass, she quit the show she was on and stood by her motherfucking man. See, it's a game that gets played, and I'm not even going to sit up here and say I hate it. No, it's a game that gets played, and we see who gets targeted. But like you said, he didn't move the right way.
Yeah, you got to move a certain way, man, especially when the allegations are out there, because they looking. Any false move, they looking. And then you got the ones who, well, he didn't put me on, so guess what? Yeah, he touched me too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. I mean, that's how the pile on. You know what I mean? And that's what happens once you get jammed up, you know? Like when a boxer, you know, catch somebody in a body shot and they see the dude back up a little bit and he's starting to tuck.
Yeah.
What do you do? The other fighter come in for the kill.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and you know what? This is also a great example of karma. You know what I mean? You know, I definitely feel what all the brothers are saying, especially a brother whose channel is Your World. He talks about this, about how this is pretty much some double jeopardy shit. But at the same time, man, it's karma, man. He was doing we know for a fact that he was fucking around with underage girls. I've heard motherfuckers sit up there and say, well, shit, this ain't right, because back in the 40s, you had 30-year-old men sleeping with 13-year-olds. Shut up, nigga.
It wasn't right then.
Right, it wasn't right then.
It wasn't right then.
Somebody in their right mind said, we need to make a law against this shit. This old man is fucking this 12-year-old. Somebody that was...
Like I sent you guys Saturday that documentary for Rick James, and that same shit happened. You know, you guys get a chance to check it out. Yeah, man, I'll spill a little bit of it, but he said that one of his mom's friends, you know, molested him.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And his mom came into the room and beat the brakes off of her. And that's how they settled it back in the day. He was like, we didn't go to court. We didn't call the police or anything like that. He was like, you know, my mom came in and saw what this grown woman was doing to me. And yeah.
Yeah, man.
He said, man, it's different time, man.
Absolutely.
Different time.
I got a question for you. All right. For both you guys.
Sure.
Now can we all agree that, you know, the entertainment industry is largely run by pedophiles?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead. At one point do we start taking responsibility for supporting pedophilia by watching these movies, paying attention to TV, you know, listening to this music, this and that? I mean, we're putting money in their pockets by doing it. You know, at what point do we say, hey, you know, I'm fucked up and I'm a part of this system?
Dude, that cuts like 50,000 ways, because that's not just with movies. Think about what we eat, let alone what we watch.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of trust we put in folks saying that this is exactly what is, you know, the ingredients in this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? But yet we go ahead and shove that in our mouth with no fear, you know. But yet we trust, I guess, to a fault, you know, that people gonna do right or do the right thing.
Now we turn a blind eye to it.
I guess we do the same thing with the movies, the music, and all that stuff. We hope we locked in, you know, to the music, because now you hear an R. Kelly song or whatever. I just think about him messing around with Aaliyah. You know, when I hear their song or whatever, you know, when I hear back and forth, I'm like, oh man, I can't even enjoy it no more.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me ask you this: you still a vegan, Cuddy?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this: you don't think a motherfucker that's making them vegan hot wings is like fucking on some kids? It's like
No. No, I'm sure there are pedophiles in every walk of life in the world.
Right.
However, you see a high concentration of these motherfuckers in the church and in entertainment.
Facts.
Right.
So, you know,
facts.
at what point do we say, hey, we're fucked up as individuals, we're putting money in their fucking pocket? You know?
No.
Like
you're right, because and I hate to cut you off. You're absolutely right, because it goes hand in hand. Like, why do people keep sending their kids to Catholic churches knowing what goes down with these motherfuckers?
Churches. Not just don't it's not singular.
Yeah, it's not single.
Churches.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying, I just use that because that's the shining example. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But you're right
I got you.
because hell, man, I was one of these. No, you're right because let me tell you, I was one of these ones that was like, oh, the Catholic Church. Well, then you find out right around the time the shit with Bishop Eddie Long happened up in Seattle, Washington. This black priest was up there for he like fucked like 22 kids. I'm like, where you fucking these kids at? Where are they parents, my dude? Like, you know, so
giving a 10%.
Right.
That's what the parents are giving a 10%.
You ain't got it. You can take it out of my kid's ass.
You know, I mean,
Bam.
Look, man. Anytime you got Corey Feldman up there, like, there's no pictures of my kids. I scrubbed the internet. He'll never be in the entertainment business.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's trauma right there. That's trauma. That's all.
And his homie was like, "What did you do?" And I was confused by Corey Haim when he said that. He's like, "Man, I was getting raped." He was like, "Well, motherfucker, when you was getting fucked, I was getting fucked." And it was like they was just doing a round robin. So, I mean, it's just, man, look, I don't, it's hard for any of us to unplug because we conditioned a certain way in society. You know what I'm saying? You got very few people who's like, yeah, man, you know what? I'm going to unplug and just read some books. But it's a wicked fucking world we live in, man. And a lot of times you got to separate the two. That don't mean you don't say, hey, man, why in the fuck ain't this motherfucker in jail?
Yeah.
You know?
Shit, man. I think we spend way too much time on Mr. Kell. You know, he gets sentenced, I think, next month. And,
it is what it is.
Let's
man.
see. Let's see. Let's see what they slam him with.
Yeah.
What we got, man?
What's up, bro? What's up, Kade?